Anthropic just launched a completely updated version of the Claude Code desktop app, and this is not just a small update either. They have changed a huge amount of stuff here. And not only that, but this update also shows us the way that 99% of us are going to be working with AI agents in the future. And in this video, I want to break down what's new in the Claude Code desktop app, why this update is so important for anyone working with AI, and how to start using it to build anything. If you don't know me, my name is Chris, and for the last 15 years, I've been designing apps and advising startups on product and design. And if you are building apps with AI, I've got a community which not only helps you learn how to build apps the right way, but also how to massively improve your app idea, how to design a world-class user experience using AI tools, and how to actually launch it to real paying customers. I've helped hundreds of people in this community build and launch real products with AI coding tools. And so if you're interested in finding out more, click the link in the description down below. Otherwise, let's jump straight into the Claude Code desktop app and show you exactly how to use it. So this is the Claude desktop app, which if you don't have the Claude desktop app, just search and it will take you to the Claude website where you can download the desktop app. Basically, you're going to be able to access Claude Code in the Claude desktop app as one of the tabs that you have access to at the top on the left here. If you have the Claude desktop app already, just make sure you go and update it to the latest version, and then you'll be able to access this new interface for Claude Code. But basically, you're going to be able to access it by clicking on the right-hand icon at the top left of the navigation here, where you see you've got chat, and then we've got co-work, and then we've got code. So if I click on code here, this is the new Claude Code desktop app experience. And you can see that a bunch of stuff has changed here, not only it being a darker interface, which is also just quite nice. That darker interface just makes the app experience actually just feel a little bit different here. And I think they've done that because they really wanted to have an impact with this latest update and not just do it as a little update, but this is a massive change to the way that Claude Code in the Claude desktop app actually works. And so first, let's break down a few of the new features in the Claude desktop app. And the first thing that you'll notice in the Claude desktop app is that now we have folders, much like a lot of other AI coding tools like Cursor or Conductor. If you're already using AI coding tools or AI agent management tools like Conductor or Cursor or any of these kind of agentic development environment tools, you'll already be familiar with this. But if not, basically these are just your folders for your projects. So you can see I've got my Orchestrate project open here, I've got my Passio project open here, and I've got my Plaid project open here. And these are just different projects that I'm working on at the moment, and all of the agent sessions that I have underneath those projects. And in order to start an agent inside of a project, all we do is click a new session, and then you see this page in the middle here where we have a bunch of stuff summarized. So you have active sessions that are awaiting input, basically, that you can go to and then kind of prompt that to continue. You have pull requests that are open, and you also have the kind of chat input field at the bottom here where you can select whether you want to be working locally or on the cloud and connect to a GitHub repo. You can select the folder that you're working in here, or if I switch this to cloud, you can select the GitHub repository that you want to work in, and you can also choose which branch you want to work on, as well as whether you want this to create a work tree or not. Underneath, you basically have all of the different modes. So you have ask permissions, accept edits, and plan mode. And then you've got a few other options here. So transcript mode, the ability to add files, folders, GitHub issues, / commands, connectors, plugins, all of this stuff, including the skills here as well. So we can add in this skill to use this skill with Claude Code in the desktop app, which is super useful if you want to use a specific skill or connector. And then in the bottom right, you've got the model selector with the effort selection there as well. This is the updated view for Claude Code. And there's also a few other things that are worth highlighting here as well. So you now have access to routines in this left-hand sidebar. And a routine is just something that you would schedule on a regular basis. And it's basically how you would do things like daily code review. You select a routine, you give it a name, give it a description, tell it what you want it to do, choose the model that you want to use for that routine, set the permission mode for that routine as well, select the folder that you want it to work in, choose whether you want it to work in a work tree or not, and then the frequency that you want it to work in as well on your schedule here. Now this is great if you want to do things like review all of the code for any issues or bugs at the end of a coding session or overnight, for example. So you can do a bunch of work during the day, building stuff inside of your projects, then basically trigger a bunch of code reviews overnight so that that you can come back to work in the morning. That has actually been reviewed already for you without you having to trigger that manually. But also, this is interesting when you think about how you would work with non-code based projects. So if you're working with a project in Claude Code here, open the folder and have a bunch of files in there. Say it's a content creation project that I'm working on that has a bunch of frameworks and skills that kind of outline how I would create content for my business. You can also create routines that are going to help you use different connectors, use different APIs to actually do that stuff on a schedule for you overnight or whenever you want that to happen on a weekly basis, just to basically create the system around your business, around your work, all in one view here, so that you have view of all of your agent activity. And to highlight a few other features that we've got here as well whilst we're here. So you've also got this updated chat stream in the middle here, which looks very different, but you've also got this new menu in the top right hand corner here, which gives you the ability to access a preview, which is basically a web preview for a project. So now that we've got this project folder selected here, I'm going to put in a command here and send this off to I'm just summarize this project just to show you some of the features that you've got here as well. This has already got a branch here that hasn't been merged into main with an open pull request already. So it's automatically detected that that's the one that I'm going to be working on here. And then if I go to this top menu in the top right hand side here, you can see that I've got the option to preview, view the diffs, which is the differences in the code. If you're not familiar with working with code, then differences is basically the difference between the old code and the new code that you're working on. And you also have access to the terminal, tasks, and a plan as well. So let's go through and have a look at these. So if I click preview, you basically get another panel to the right hand side here where we can run our dev server and see what this project actually looks like and see the changes live as well. So let's click setup here to set up this dev server. That's going to put a prompt into the chat in the middle here to actually save the dev server config for this project. And this basically means that it will be easier to restart our dev server, get that up and running whenever we work on this in the future, so that we don't have to keep running these terminal commands ourselves, which you would be doing if you're using any other AI coding platform generally. Now we can access the terminal. If I go to the terminal in this menu here, you can see I can still do npm run dev if I want to start my dev server that way. And now you can see on the right hand side, Claude is setting up the preview. So this has detected two dev servers, next.js and convex. Let me save both. Saved, which servers should I start? So it ran an agent, which would you like me to start? It says next, convex, or both. So let's just say both and get Claude to start our development servers for us. We're going to say always allow here to allow it to start those development servers. And then that is going to navigate to our localhost URL and actually give us visibility of our projects that we're working on the right hand side here. So this is our website that we're building here. And it's got Next.js is running. Convex dev doesn't run a local HTTP server. It watches files and pushes to the cloud, so it shouldn't go through preview. Let me fix the config file and start it via bash instead. So it's just recognized that npx convex dev needs to be started in a different way basically, and it's updated the config file there to actually get this working. But now I'm able to basically kind of select any element in this if I want to add that to the context here and work on that file. I can also switch between mobile and desktop here, which is it's an okay toggle. I would expect them to add like more functionality here. And what I would love to have instead of just this type of preview is more of, you've got session logs down here, which is basically your terminal, like what's running in the terminal. So you can see what's going on in this session. But what I would love to have is actual like a dev console here instead. I imagine they're going to be adding these features pretty rapidly as they've only just launched this update. But even so, this is a pretty good view for like looking at your project on the right hand side and working with the agent that you have in this chat in the middle with all of your projects and active agents in this navigation on the left hand side. And I can collapse that down if I just want to work between these two as well. And previously, if you've been using Cursor and using Claude Code in the extension, then this is probably a better replacement for that right now. If you've been working that way, I am probably going to start working a lot this way with my coding projects. I'm primarily using Claude Code and then probably using the Codex app for using Codex as well. So let's have a look at some of the other stuff that we've got here as well. So we've got tasks and plan. So we can open tasks and see any tasks that the agent is currently working through. And we can basically reorganize any of these tabs around as well, resize them. So this is kind of like a completely modular kind of way of working. And this is where we get onto, if I open plan as well, well here. You can see we've got an empty card at the bottom that has the plan. We haven't created a plan in plan mode, so that's not going to show up anything there. But even though these things might seem trivial on the surface, having this modular view where you can kind of drag around these elements on the screen, having tasks show up here, a preview, your plan in plan mode, being able to select any of these elements in preview, having your agents on the left-hand side, access to routines for any of your projects. I think what is so interesting about the Claude Code desktop app experience and the way that everybody is building these agentic workspace tools, because that's really what they're becoming, not just AI coding, but basically an agent workspace to work on any project that exists as a folder either in the cloud or on your computer. And let me break down why I think this matters so much. So basically, this is what agentic work is starting to look like, and the form that we're realizing that the best kind of workflows to work with AI agents to do actual real work in your business or for your job or however you're doing work with different agents is basically managing these three separate things. Is how agents interface with context, and then how agents deliver the output. And essentially this breaks down to context being folders of files, documents and assets that you can give to the agent to give it context about how it works. The agents themselves, which are a combination of the AI model, the agent harness, the environment that it can work in, the instructions that it has and the tools that it has access to, and then the outputs that it creates, which is basically either files, so images, documents, videos, or actions that it actually goes and takes for you. And this is the system of work that everyone is building the interface around right now. So the Claude Code desktop app is basically this interface wrapper around this system. And this is what everyone is building. And if you're using any of these agent orchestration tools, you can basically see the same patterns in all of them. Cursor, conductor, anti-gravity, codex, and tons of others, including my own tool that I'm building in this space called Orchestrate. They all match the same patterns with a few differences here and there. And if you go back to the Claude Code desktop app here, you can basically see that this is the case. So basically you have a session that you create with an agent. You give it access to context, which is basically a folder of files, either in the cloud or locally, regardless of whether that's code or not. You then ask it to do a task for you, and the agent produces outputs for you, which are basically code or files or images or video or actions that the agent is taking for you based on the environment and the tools that the agent has access to, which is where connectors come in, where you can connect Claude Code to all of your different tools like Notion and Slack and GitHub, where routines come in, where you can create automated sessions for those agents within that environment, and where you have things like the preview window, which is basically the way of seeing the agent output whilst you're working with your agents. And now that Anthropic have released this updated version of the Claude Code app, they are basically staking their claim as to what they think the future of knowledge work using AI agents is going to look like. Now, most of these tools are specifically designed for code at this point, but if you've used any of these tools, you've basically had this experience of working with agents and seeing what they're doing and being able to set up all these different agents in these different projects, and you can kind of figure that this is going to be the future of knowledge work or any sort of work that's done on a computer, and it's going to start to happen pretty quickly. So how can you actually start building things and running your business using the Claude Code desktop app? Well, I would recommend starting using the Claude Code desktop app. If you've used Claude Code before, or if you're using other tools, or you're curious about these kind of AI agent like coding tools, I would actually recommend just jumping into something like the Claude Code desktop app and going over to the code tab and just doing all of your work through the Claude Code desktop app here. Right now, the easiest use case for using these tools like Claude Code and the Codex app, which is set up in a very, very similar way, is to think about how you can use it to write code to build things like websites and apps, but you can also use it to do tons of other stuff just by setting up connectors and skills in the app itself. Now, the one thing that the Claude Code app is actually lacking is a file viewer. So you have no way of viewing the files in any of these individual projects, but I feel like it's going to be only a matter of time before they introduce that. And I think this is going to be pretty critical for a lot of different projects where you're going to want to have direct edit access to the actual files within a project, as well as just using the agent to do stuff. So that's probably one of the major flaws for me on using the new Claude Code desktop app. But if you want to get started building with Claude Code right away and you want to build a website or an app, then go to new session, switch it over to local, choose or create a new folder on your computer, switch Claude Code to plan mode, and then start creating the plan to actually build your project. And the best way to get started, I think, with any app project once you've done that that and you've set up your folder as well, is to also use my set of AI skills called PLAD, which stands for Product-Led AI Development, which basically asks you a bunch of questions about your idea and guides you through the entire process to create your PRD and your product roadmap so that you can basically just build your full app step by step using Claude Code or any other AI agent. All you have to do is copy this command over to Claude Code and get it to install it for you, or you can view it on GitHub and download the zip and go into the customized folder in Claude Code and click on skills and then add skills from here. And then when you start your project here, all you have to say is use the Plaid skill to help me plan an app project. And then that will start the Plaid skill for you, take you through those questions, create the PRD that you need and the product roadmap to actually build your app step by step. And you'll be able to build your application locally on your computer using Claude Code and also get it up and running in the preview here so you can see your app whilst you're building it. I would also recommend having a look through skills.sh, which is a library of thousands and thousands of skills. And I would also recommend coming into the connectors and skills part of Claude Code and just browsing the connectors here to see what you can actually connect Claude Code to, and start to think about how you can use Claude Code not only to do code-based projects, but how you can use it to do other projects as well. Things like creating scripts for videos, creating social content. Remember this system of context, agents, and outputs, where you basically set up a folder, create all of the context that you need within that folder, and then give the agents the tools and the instructions and the access to those connectors and skills that it needs to actually go and complete that work for you to get the output that you're looking for. And you don't just have to use Claude Code for code. You can use Claude Cowork, but I actually think Claude Code is a better interface for managing agents right now. And I would just use Claude Code here instead of Claude Cowork to do these things. So hopefully that's given you an overview of all of the updates for the Claude Code desktop app now, how you can start using it for any type of work, not just coding work, and also how you can think about working with AI agents in this kind of agentic workspace that everyone seems to be building right now. So I think the updated version of the Claude Code desktop app is massively improved compared to where it was, and it follows the pattern of all of these agentic development environment tools like Cursor and Conductor and Codex that are all moving in this direction to let you manage multiple agents, see the preview, access the terminal, see diffs in the code, view and manage things like pull requests, work trees, branches, all of that sort of stuff. But I actually think where we're going with these tools is to an agentic development environment that works not just for development, but actually for all types of knowledge work. Now, I imagine that's what Anthropic are going to be working on with the Claude Cowork tab to give you a better version of Claude Code, but for non-code based tasks. But I actually think, to be honest, when you remove the kind of code and development terminology, it's very similar to Claude Code in the terminal, in that really you can just use it for any type of knowledge work, for any type of project, which has a set of context to do a specific task using a certain set of tools to give you a defined output. You can start to set up agents to do these tasks, routines to do these tasks inside the Claude Code desktop app. And to be honest, you can do that with any of these tools. You can do that in Cursor, you can do that in Codex, but it makes sense to learn these tools because this is going to be the future of the digital workspace that anyone working with computers is going to be working in a day-to-day basis. And so I'd highly recommend going and checking out the updated version of the Claude Code desktop app. Start building some projects with it, experimenting with it, and see if it's right for you or not. And if you want a full course video breaking down exactly how to build a full application using the new Claude Code desktop app, then just leave a comment down below. And if you are building applications with AI and you want to learn not just how to build an application, but how to actually make it good, design it the right way, build it on top of the right tech, and launch it to real customers, I've got a community helping people do that, where I've already helped hundreds of people build real applications and launch them with AI. So if you're interested in that, just click the link in the description and the comments down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.